The enemy be coming around that bend, and as soon as they do, we all hit them at once, we surprise them, they don't know what'll be coming, and then we stab them, and we stab them again, and then the fight will be ours. Okay, all ready though, on the count of 3. Quiet, quiet. There they are. 1, 2, 3, go, lads, go! Okay, what was your stealth? My stealth roll, yeah, my stealth was, 21? Is that... then your initiative is 21, got it. Okay, so my initiative is 21, okay. Yep, and your 3rd. I don't go first, even though I had the drop on them. Oh, but they don't know I'm there, so they still go first, though. Yes, but when it's your turn, they will be flat-footed. Oh, if they haven't acted. Right, great. Great, this, that sucks. Recently, while playing a game of Pathfinder, the enemies surprised the players, and I treated the surprise round like it was in D&D. The enemy got to attack, he got his full 3 actions, and then initiative started, and the player got hurt, but they won the fight handily. After the fight, the player researched it and said, you did surprise rounds wrong. That's not how surprise rounds are in Pathfinder. You did D&D surprise rounds. In Pathfinder, they're different. And so this video is about the differences in the surprise round for D&D and Pathfinder, and why D&D does it not perfect, but better. Because they do, in my opinion, which is right. I am Good Chaos, and welcome to this, whatever it is. Now, because complaining on the internet is not something I like to do, I think I have a reasonable solution for both systems. It's a homebrew for both surprise rounds in D&D and Pathfinder, because D&D doesn't do it perfectly either. But stay tuned to the end to see that. So, first of all, what is the surprise round in Pathfinder? The way that Pathfinder surprise rounds work is there is no surprise round in Pathfinder. You choose a skill that makes sense for your initiative, then everyone rolls it. Now let's say you and your party are surprised, like we are now. Right, like you are now. You are undetected by them. They still roll their initiative, you roll your stealth rolls, and they don't know you're there, and then one of you can act, and then they know you're there. Okay, so as soon as we attack, they react as if not surprised? Yes, but since you are undetected, you get a couple bonuses, which is nice. Like, you would be unnoticed, so they wouldn't know you're there, so they couldn't attack you. They theoretically could seek, but that would be cheating. And if I did that, I expect you to call me out on it. Always cheating, you boss. So since they don't know you're there, they would be flat-footed, so you would get a plus. Does that make sense? I think so. Everyone rolls initiative, right? Stealth for us, perceptions for them. If the enemy goes before us, they cannot do anything to us because we're unnoticed. Correct. But as soon as I attack, I'm no longer unnoticed, and then every single enemy that has yet to go can attack me. Correct. Right. Alright, so let me explain how it works in D&D. In D&D, there is no surprise rounds, but there is a surprise condition, where if you are surprised, meaning you didn't spot the enemy, your perception check wasn't high enough against their stealth check, then you are considered surprised. What that means is you cannot act during the first round of combat. So while there is no surprise round, there is essentially a surprised condition removing you from that round of combat. I think the reason for the surprise condition, not a surprise round in D&D 5th edition is because not everyone in your party will necessarily be surprised. So for example, you are asleep at night, or not even asleep at night, you and your buddy are on guard duty, your buddy notices the enemy right before he attacks you, you don't. You are surprised and cannot take action in the first round. Your buddy will take action in the first round, as well as all of the other bandits. And so That's how it works in D&D, and a surprise condition just means that you cannot act. You can't do an action, bonus action, or move action, whilst the other enemies can do all of those. So why do I like D&D's better than Pathfinder's? The reason is D&D's surprise rounds are absolutely brutal. There's no question. Because theoretically, 6 people could go before any one of your party can even respond. Little bit too brutal. That's my, I don't like that. I don't like that. But why do I like the fact that D&D does a surprise round? It is because it provides a tactic for the players to use. You can remove the surprise round from a group of enemies if you play smarter. It's a tactical choice that the players can make. Alternatively, the players can make a tactical decision or tactical planning to surprise a group of enemies. And if they do so, the benefits greatly outweigh the time spent planning, because surprise rounds are, as I said, brutal. Now, the problem with Pathfinders is there is no downside to being surprised. Oh no, I'm flat-footed. Which I know that a -2 sucks, but it's a -2 for a very short time, 1 round. So you have a -2 for 1 round and then business as normal. You should reward your players for taking the time to plan out an attack, to sneak up on enemies and get the jump on them. A surprise round should hurt because you've taken time. You've thought about this battle and you've planned it out. Pathfinder doesn't give that to you. D&D does. D&D does a little bit too much. So if I were to fix it, both of them, I think for D&D surprise rounds, I would give everyone 1 action, no move, no bonus. Everyone can take 1 action. For Pathfinder, what I would say is the same exact fix. Everyone in the surprise round can roll or take 1 action. That's it. And then rounds as normal. With you still using your stealth, that's fine. Because you were hidden. Initiative order could happen as normal, but you get the drop on them. Everyone who is part gets an attack. It would make surprise rounds feel heftier, but I don't think overwhelming. It would reward players for careful planning, and it would also punish players for foolish planning or just rushing ahead, as they should be punished for just ignoring logic and reason to rush forward. That's what I think should happen. I don't know if you agree with me or not. Yes, I do agree. Well, good. At least one person does. Let me know what you think in the comments below about surprise rounds in D&D versus surprise rounds in Pathfinder. I know that this is not law, and my opinion is not the only opinion out there. I think giving players a tactical choice to make during games will only ever improve games. Reward them, don't punish them. And Pathfinder doesn't punish them, it's just not enough of a reward to care. In Pathfinder, I don't care if I rush forward and get surprised, because -2 and I still get to act. Great. There's no punishment. The punishment is -2 and I might get hit. I might get hit anyways. In D&D, the downside is I could die. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm Good Chaos, and stay safe out there, adventurers. Here's your heart and your blink. Bye. The enemy be coming around that bend, and as soon as they do, we all hit them at once, we surprise them, they don't know what to be coming, and then we stab them, and we stab them again, and then the fight will be ours. Okay, all ready though, on the count of 3. Quiet.